Good morning. This is Tuesday Addams. I'm your host. Today is recovery journal day number 40. The big old 4-0. Oh, lordy. Recovery day 40. I think we made it. It's day number 40. Okay, so it is 12:40 actually. So it's 12:40. So it's afternoon. And we're on our daily walk. Look, I found my arch supports. And I've got my workout suit on. And it's a nice sunshiny day out today. Look at this. How bright the sun is. It's beautiful outside. Just, And I got my nice new jogging shoes on. Those are my son's, actually. You see them? And then I got my arch supports in there. So my back has been, actually, listen to this. My back has been hurting so bad. I can barely get up. Okay, and so naturally, it's because, I have not been, I've not been walking, exercising. I do walk a lot daily, but like exercise walks, no. And it's been almost a year since I've worn my arch supports, and my feet are about flat. So that really has a lot to do. I broke my tailbone twice when I was, once when I was 19, and then once when I was like in 6th grade. I was roller skating, and this girl came up and shoved me, and I went flying, and I fell on my tailbone and broke it. I never did go to the doctor because I was always scared of shocks. Yeah, I grew up and became a junkie. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Well, just never know what you're going to be when you grow up, when you're a child. It's like, well, at least she doesn't like needles. You know what that means. No, it don't. But anyway, I finally found my insoles, my arch supports, and I put them in my jogging shoes my son gave to me when I first got here. Believe it or not, we wear the same size shoes. I've got big feet, and it's because my feet are flat. They're not supposed to be flat. It's stupid. We used to have to walk in straight line in schools. I went to a private Christian school, so I was behind. We did it in alphabetical order. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to the end, right? And the last girl was always Gloria Wright. Or Robert White was in the back of the line. So I was always the first one. Okay, well, Luann Benton was always in front of me. Okay, and she had this weird thing where when she walked, her ankles, like, they went like this, right? And she just had something wrong with her feet and her legs. And I'm just a young girl, and I think I'm kind of a strange child. So, and I'm always by myself, and I'm an only child, and I'm always doing something crazy to try to ruin it for myself. And I don't realize how self-destructive I am. I don't know why I did that when I was a kid. So I used to practice walking, and every time she was behind me, or I was behind her, I practiced just doing that with my ankle, and it really worked. It broke my arches down and made my feet flat, and it's hurt my back ever since. Another stupid thing I did, let me tell you. You have to watch your children when they're little. You have to make sure you pay a lot of attention to them and what they're doing, who they're around and why they're around them, and watch their, interaction with these children when they're around them. Because I'll tell you what, I had a friend who was abusive. Her name was, we'll keep her name quiet. We won't say it. She was abusive when I was little. She was there when the school opened. When the church first opened the school. We were in preschool, and we were in my mother and my mom's friend was her aunt. Okay, so, and then she also had twins. Okay, so she had twins, and then her husband's brother, owned a carpet store and had 2 boys and a little girl. Okay, so anyway, we hung out together. Okay, well, she wore glasses. Why did I go? Why? This is what I did. I got in trouble for not doing my homework because I had ADHD. Tried to put me on Ritalin. My mom didn't like that. She was always taking me to the doctor to try to fix me. But she never wanted to sit me down and talk to me and take time with me, to teach me, get to know me, or she didn't even know me. I mean, by the time I'm 16 years old, she's mad at me. And she doesn't know me, and I don't want to spend no time with her. Why now? Oh, now you want to know what's going on? No, I don't think so. By the time I'm 20 years old, she's writing her journal. She thinks I'm on crack. I've never done crack in my life. I'm not a drug addict. She just doesn't know me. She's the one who's always doing something wrong, not me. I just happen to like alcohol. Okay, well, my mom could never see me for who I truly was. She had a mental disorder, but she's gone now, so rest in peace. God love her soul. Will not speak ill of the dead, but let me tell you something. For some reason, this girl was abusive, and it was probably because her brothers were abusive to her. Okay, and she just had no guilt. Well, that's probably because she's a learned behavior. Okay, because her brothers did it to her. She thinks it's okay, or that's how you're supposed to treat people. Okay, I've never been abused like that. I was by a child, and not by an adult either. I mean, my mom treated me good. She was just, she was the kind of person that always wanted me to smile, and she, do things to make me smile. She, always wanted to dress me up like a Barbie doll, but she, as far as talking to me, or getting close to my heartbeat, it wasn't really happening, okay? I was the only child. She worked, she worked swing shift. She made lots of money, and she sent me to a private school. But she did, she drove brand new cars, and when she was a motorcycle, she rode a motorcycle gang. My mom, she had me in dance classes, tap dance classes, gymnastics, acrobats, skating classes, piano lessons, swimming lessons. I mean, what else? Cheerleading camp. My mom was not trying to be a mean mother. Okay, she was trying her best without trying to get her hands dirty. She thought that ought to do it, right? Well, it didn't, but and my family was like, I can't believe you don't appreciate nothing she does. And the whole time that she's doing it, when I'm growing up, my aunt, same one that says that to me now, she was like, well, I don't know, how does she think that's going to help Mama? She don't ever spend any time talking with her. She's always on drugs. She's always gone. She never does anything, And my mom's excuse was, I work. Because my aunt don't work. Okay. So, anyway, my aunt was a drug addict behind closed doors. Anyway, she was always picking on her family. My family was just something she always had to pick on. We were the one with an inheritance that she wanted. She ended up with it because she stole it. She set us up. She wasn't stupid. Her mom and dad knew what they were doing, right? They were educated. They were in the Freemasons. Sent her daughters to the Job's daughters. While she kept telling my aunt, and my aunt kept telling my grandma and grandpa and my mother that was Satan's cult. It's, and then the older we got, the more she shoved her kids into it. They only married kids in that circle. They're rich now. And she owns everything we do. And all the education that they gave her in the Freemasons and Job's daughters, she kept from us. So it was just really wrong to lie to my mom to keep me out of there and that circle so that she could rob us. That's what she did. So anyway, yeah, well, whatever. Okay, so my aunt was very manipulative. She was very manipulative. Okay, she was devious. Yeah. So, but anyway, my whole point was, I lied to the eye doctor and told the eye doctor that I couldn't see because I wouldn't do my homework. I got in trouble for not doing my homework because I could not sit down for 15 minutes without feeling like this enormous depression come over me. I could not sit still for nothing. Could not concentrate. Nothing was fun. It was always depression. Nobody picked me up and scooped me up where they left off, okay? And my mom got mad at me because I have an illness, a disease, okay? And she's going to hit me for it. My aunt's going to hit me for it. Everybody's going to hit me for having an illness that I can't help unless they hit her because she's got diabetes. Basically is what they do. Hell no. So, basically, nobody ever recognized it as an illness. It was a conduct disorder. They were treating me, they were spanking me for misconduct, you know. I couldn't sit still, I couldn't, you know, blah, 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 okay? Hyperactive, whatever. My mom didn't like medicating me, you know, so she wasn't a bad mom. She just wasn't an educated mom, okay? That's all it was, okay? She was no different than my aunt, who was just as evil, if not worse, than my mother. It's just, my aunt had more education. When she did drugs, she made sure nobody else knew who she was getting them from. And when she was doing it, okay, she made sure nobody knew. Well, just like my cousins, they're closet drinkers. Oh, no. If you're going to do something wrong, do it behind closed doors because can't nobody prove it. Okay, well, my aunt argued. My aunt caused so many problems for my mother, and my mother tried extremely hard not to go overboard, but she hurt extremely bad, and her back hurt. Okay, and she was at Camp Lejeune. I was conceived, and they lived at Camp Lejeune. You know the lawsuit about the toxic water. During the time of the toxic water, my mom had a lot of problems with, cystic fibrosis and, endometriosis and just a lot of things that happened from the toxic water over there at Camp Lejeune. And I was born with a tumor on my eye, which was removed in 1992. Right after my son was born, or 1993, anyway. It was before my son turned a year old, I got that tumor removed. Anyway, that is from the toxic water, so I'll be getting paid for that, okay, and, but anyway, it's going to turn out okay, alright, everything really will turn out okay, but I ruined my eyes by doing that, okay. I've never been a bad mother, but my aunt worked persistently, just like my ex-husband did. They keep their education secret. What they know, they don't tell you, but they sit there and pick until you stand up for yourself, and you, while standing up for yourself, tell them everything you fucking know. You ain't got to explain shit to nobody. You know what I mean? Because they take everything you say, and if it makes them jealous, they will make sure they go behind your back, find a way to wreck it, take it away, whatever. Okay, because they're thieves. They're thieves, they're manipulative, and the point is, it's about power, it's about status, it's about, control, it's about, I'm better than you, it's about you're no good, and it's about ruining your reputation, whether they have to lie about you or not. It's about robbing you. And in the midst of doing all this, of course, my aunt ruined my grandfather's reputation, and the whole time he was alive, he kept telling everybody he did not want her having nothing to do with his inheritance, and she ended up with it all. She manipulated everybody, waited till everybody died, and lied. Oh, well, this is what your grandfather wanted. Your grandfather, okay, look, my mother bought a grave plot, okay, for me and her, okay? My aunt told me, well, your mother told us she wanted to be cremated. My whole family turned their backs on me because I cremated my mother thinking that's what she wanted, because my aunt lied to me. Well, why don't you just give those grave plots to me? Because we can't afford them, and the state will pay for you. Are you serious? inheritance, then turn around and act like I'm not smart enough to take care of anything I got. Useless to anything. You don't know when somebody's just rolling you to the point of they're stealing from you. I didn't expect anybody in my family to be that devious and that dirty to me, right? Yeah, they were. In the end, you'll find out. So I'm trying to educate my kids, and somebody's trying real hard to keep me away from them so they don't get educated so they can be robbing them after I die, okay? So you have a responsibility to get the message out to my children so they don't get robbed, okay? Because otherwise they will not know what's happening to them, and it could be prevented, and that's a lawsuit. You could get sued for that. I'm going to make sure who the fuck ever is in charge when I die, make sure they sue the person that kept us apart, because that's illegal. Okay, all you want to do is steal from us. Oh, don't tell me they ruined, don't tell me they took it. Look, I'm looking for, oh great, they took the cigarette bucket, and there are people, I really don't know why they would take the bucket with the cigarette butts. Really? Oh, may I go through that cigarette, is that the cigarette bucket?
What's that?
The cigarette bucket?
Yeah.
I just need to look to see if there's, like, sometimes they leave half of ones, and I'm just like, I'm broke, and I need some cigarettes.
Hey, look, stop. I'll give you a couple cigarettes. Hey, look, stop.
Seriously?
I'll give you a couple cigarettes if you put them motherfuckers back in there, dude.
No.
That's gross as shit, dude.
Oh, I re-roll them. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good day, too. Oh, my goodness. Also, my back feels so much better, but we're going to talk later, okay? So this is recovery day number 40. Here we are, taking a walk. I'm still getting mad for everything that freaking happened. You know what I mean? And they're still doing it, and you're letting them. Seriously, oh God, I gotta find a way to get to fix it to where I could get back with my kids and they can quit fucking up my kids' lives and keep them what they robbed. My grandfather bought 150 acres in Kentucky and left it to my son and I. And as well, the whole time I was born, added my son on as soon as he was born. 2 weeks before he died, my aunt went up there with an already made, and he's out of it under duress, with guns, forced him to change the will 2 weeks before he died. I'm gonna sue and I'm gonna get it back. Watch and see. Because it's bullshit. I never did get nothing. They have life insurance. I lived with her. I didn't get a goddamn dime. Oh, well, you know, she gets money from the government. They'll penalize her if she gets her life insurance. If she gets the life insurance, well, just give us the power of attorney. Give us control of the estate, because mine was crazy. Who said I was gone? I was the editor of my school newspaper. I was an honor roll student every once in a while. Man, I made straight A's in Latin and French. I made straight A's in typing and shorthand. I made 100 A+ on my algebra final exam, okay? Every single test I took for algebra. Tell me, I made straight A's in Bible, English, and 100 A+ on some of my book reports. Let me tell you something. How did my aunt get away with lying about me? My personality, my character like that. Do you know what my 100 A+ on my book report was about? Business. Organizing and business. Running a business. Since then, I opened a modeling school. I write my own songs, music included. I record them. I've written 2 books since 2018. Every time I get a fucking job, she wrecks me. You know why? I can't prove she's lying. She don't want me to. She set it up to rob me, to rob my kids. God damn it, I hope she burns in hell for that shit. She knows she did. I was not that crazy. All I was a hormonal teenager. She forever for making one decision. One bad decision in their lives, one mistake, and their children. Oh, she's a thief. She stole Margie's bottle when she was 6 months old. Oh, she's a liar. She told your grandpa that Mark wrote in the Bible. She is 2 years old. She's the one who did it. Okay, she's a liar and a thief. Who's that in the Bible? The devil. She used Christianity against my grandfather and my grandmother in order to rob them. Who worse in the world is it than the person who would use your own belief system against you, your own Christian principles against you, in order to rob you of everything you have? Devils. She was a devil, for real. Her whole family is. I've never forgiven them. Anytime anything bad happened to me, it was always because of her. Her and her family.